What's going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today, hey, we got another Victory Monday. Going to our bye before we play the Miami Dolphins. So we're gonna get into that, talk about that great win that we had yesterday, some of the things that I saw, and my thoughts on us going into the bye before this little week we have off. So before we do that, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And please share my content throughout the YouTube universe so more Falcon fans can come in and hear what I got to talk about. All right, so guys, like I said today, make the Victory Monday. And if you guys recall my keys to what I thought was going to take for us to get a win on on Sunday, which is yesterday, and what I also called was I thought was going to be could be started something special. And basically, guys, I feel great about some of the keys that I came up with, and what I still do believe that yesterday's win could be started something special. All right, so let's get into it. So offensively, we talked about I want them to shorten the game up. Um, Once again, Arthur Smith had some of his patented long drives. Um, First, let's talk about the first drive. Of course, we went down there, kicked the field goal. I mean, that happens, but it was still a long drive. I like that. We put points on the board. Our defense came back and got a 3-and-out, got the ball right back. We went up 10-0 real quick, just like that. Kyle Pitts got his first touchdown of the year, and we'll talk about Kyle Pitts in a minute. But um, I thought that from an offensive standpoint, we shortened the game. Like I said, we talked about getting the tight ends involved. I think we got all three tight ends involved yesterday. We got Lee Smith, who's a lot of people just thought he was going to be a blocking tight end, but you come look at Lee Smith, he had some great catches, especially yesterday. He had 30 yards receiving yesterday, so Lee Smith really got involved. Hayden Hurst finally got a Hayden Hurst on sighting, and he was involved as well. So with our two top receivers out, like I said, they got the tight end involved. Hayden Hurst need to hold on the ball. I can count at least 3 times like he lost the ball. So um, he need to try to making the spectacular play, make the simple play. And you're gonna make those spectacular plays. At least hold on to the ball. So, but we got our tight end involved, and then we kept was more consistent on third down like I wanted. And the biggest thing is the creativity from Arthur Smith. He definitely had creativity. Um, like I said, not having your top two receivers in, you saw the creativity. Cordell Patterson played a big role once again. I think Mike Davis was a whole lot better yesterday. And at the end of the day, that offensive line did a great job as well. So from an offensive standpoint, I think the keys that I had, I thought they they hit every last one of those keys yesterday. And like I said, if we hit those keys, it was gonna, have us victorious going until the win yesterday. All right, from a defensive standpoint, one thing we talked about was not letting Zach Wilson get comfortable, and I think for the most part he never got comfortable. Um, if you just think about that first drive they had, and that one drive he had where they hit AJ Terrell for a pass interference. Pretty much those was really the only 2 drives they had all game. So for the most part, I just think that he never got confident in the game. That's like I said, um, that's what you want to do to a rookie. So make sure he does not get comfortable. Make sure you hit him in the mouth early. Keep him guessing all game. And I thought Dean P's scheme, the way he dialed it up was great. And I think we kept him from getting comfortable. The next thing is we want to talk about is don't give up big plays. We didn't give any big plays up. Only big play we gave up, like I said, was that pass interference on defense. I think that even was not a good throw. AJ Terrell got his head around. I think he could have had a chance to get a pick. So just think about that. So that's we I think we never gave up any big plays. We played solid on containing him. We played solid on their receivers they had. I thought we did a great job. And then the last thing is get off the field on third down. Like I said, we did that. So from a defensive standpoint, the keys that I thought that it was going to take for us to get the win, I think our team covered that 100%. That's what we want to see. So let's go to the last thing, special teams. So special team, this is where I think we really need to look deep into our special teams. We almost gave up another kickoff return for a touchdown. That's one of their scoring drives because we look at Tevin Coleman, former Falcon, got the ball within the red zone, and they would punch it in by running the ball on us. I think that was, if we look at 1 point from the defense, our run defense need to be a whole lot better. But if they got the ball in the red zone and they pushed it in, I think they ran the ball pretty much that whole drive. I don't think Zach Wilson had to pass, so that was a little, you know, little this little concerning if you think about that. We couldn't stop the run. I think we had to put Mike Pennell in. I think we got a little bit better in the run, but I really believe for Dean Pees defense to be successful, we need to be able to have the big guy in the middle on that 3-4 defense, the clog of the paint. You can't move when you're that defensive tackle in the 3-4. You can't be getting pushed back. You got to be able to hold your spot, being able to get double teamed. Looking at the game, I think Grady Jarrett got more double teams than Tyler Davidson did, which should be the other way around. Tyler Davidson should be getting double teams, and Grady Jarrett should be getting the single coverage. But of course, Grady Jarrett the more dominant. So, but just all I'm talking about is really we gave up that special teams kickoff return to put them in the red zone, and they just ran the ball down our throat. So we have to do better on special teams. At some point, I just put my best players on kickoff return, on kickoff. I mean, if that's what it takes to make sure that you stay in your lanes and make the plays that you need to make, because 2 weeks in a row, they had a great kickoff return, and it was momentum. And it happened. The saddest thing about it happened right at the beginning of the half. So it seemed like they're not ready on kickoff. We come out the half to stop the returner, and it happens twice. So we need to make sure that we fix that issue, because that like I said, especially coming out the half, I think that was a big momentum boost for those guys. To that point, we was dominating the game, just like with the Washington football team, and then they come out in the second half and run a kickoff back, almost for another touchdown. So that's one thing I think from a special team standpoint, and I know Maurice Williams going to get them right. He seems like he know what he's talking about. Like I said, I love this coaching staff that we have. But for me personally, if you have to change personnel on the kickoff team to put some of your best players out there to handle the kickoff, that's what you need to do. But we cannot have teams running kickoff back, especially killing the momentum. That's one of the things that happened. We gave up a momentum play, and I think it really hurt us in the long run. All right, so like I said, guys, pretty much that was all the keys. That's what I thought win. I think we, for the most part, we actually hit every mark that I expected us to hit for us to get a win, except for the special teams. But at the end, it didn't hurt us, and that's what we want to see going into the to the bye week. So what I think about the team right now going to the bye week, I think it's a great time for these guys to go into the bye week. Hopefully, we get a couple of guys back from injury. A couple of guys can get their mind right, because moving forward, we got 12 more games left. So it's we will have a little mini bye after the Thursday night game against New England, but for the most part, we're going to play 12 straight games. So these guys got to get ready for the long haul. Sometimes you don't want to go have a bye this early in the season, but it is what it is. I think they needed this bye, like I said, for the most part of the injuries. Hopefully, we get most of y'all these guys back. Hopefully, we get Eric Harris back. Hopefully, we get Russell Gage back. We really don't know the issue with Kevin Ridley, but hopefully that's solved by the Miami week. He'll be back. Hope we get Marlon Davidson back. Um, hopefully they decide to bring Josh Andrews off the IR. Um, I think they have to make a decision by the end of this week. So we hopefully we get Josh Andrews back as well. However, I think Jalen Mayfield has played well enough to keep the starting left guard position. So Josh Andrews just be you know a backup offensive lineman right now until until somebody he have to fill in for one of those guys. I think those guys are building continuity on the offensive line, and I don't think you should mess with that right now, especially after the progress that Jalen Mayfield has been making from week one to now. We're in week 5 where he's actually played a whole lot better. If you guys can, if you remember last week, um, that Jets defensive line sacked Tennessee Titans quarterback 7 or 8 times last week. Yesterday, they was not able to sack Matt Ryan 1 time. So that just speaks to the progress we have made um, from our offensive line standpoint. I thought we ran the ball better yesterday from an offensive line standpoint. So I think these guys are developing chemistry. Um, and everybody can see when Matt Ryan has time to throw the ball, no matter who's his weapons, he can pick the defense apart, and we seen that yesterday. So that's why I think about us going into this bye. If you look at it from a defensive standpoint, we had a lot of rookies that played yesterday that had some meaningful plays. Ogundeji had him a sack. Richard Grant played decent on some downs. Um, Darren Hall came in and played well as well. So um, I think this rookie class been has been very productive for this young Falcon team that we have, and it's going to bode well for us moving to the future. Like I said, I think this season for the Atlanta Falcons it's a culture season. Build a culture, to identify your culture, and improve. But if we can get wins, you know, along the way, that'll be great. If we can get into the playoffs, a wild card spot, that would be great. But if we don't, if we see progress throughout the whole season with this young team moving forward, I think it's going to bode well for our franchise moving forward. Um, so, guys, um, I really believe that, like I said, this could be the start of something special. And what I mean by that is that we kind of saw how the offense started to get its rhythm. In these last 3 weeks, if you go back to the Giants' last 2 drives during the Giants game, and then last week in the Washington football team game, and then this week to the Jets game, the offense starting to find its rhythm. If you take away a few offensive play series that we had, maybe that last series in the Washington football game that we had, um, this Jets game, we probably should have put up more than 27 points if we didn't fumble the ball in the red zone twice. One by Davis and then another one by Hurts. So you just think about those 2 guys. If they want to fumble, we was in the red zone on both of those drives. And if we just score field goals, that's 6 more points. But the way the offense was humming and the way Arthur Smith was calling the game, we could easily had 14 more points on the board. This game wouldn't even been close, for them to actually have a chance to come back. So just look at it in their perspective. So I think this offense is starting to get a rhythm. I think Matt Ryan is finally starting to figure out how to run his offense. Um, and when hopefully we get our two top receivers back, and we can open that offense even more. But in these last 3 weeks, Matt Ryan has thrown for 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. So let's just look at it that way. He's starting to find his rhythm, which is awesome. It's what we expected from a veteran quarterback. Um, and he's starting to feel everything. So let's talk about the young phenom Kyle Pitts. Obviously, this is what we expected from him. I don't think no one is surprised. I know the biggest question was what took so long, but I think how they was playing him, because of he was a number 4 draft pick overall, and he's pretty much hard to cover 101, which we saw yesterday. I don't know why they just decided to cover him 101, but if you watch the other teams, they was bracketing him one in front, one in behind, so the ball was finding other targets to go to. However, yesterday, even when Calvin Ridley was out, the Jets decided to cover him 101, and I think anytime Kyle Pitts is have 101 coverage. Um, that should be what Matt Ryan should be looking for the ball, which means it's interesting because um, Calvin Ridley should be the number one choice on pretty much all the offensive plays, but maybe the tide is turning where Kyle Pitts might be the number 1 target on all the plays. Like I said, he showed what he's able to do with one-on-one coverage. So if any team decided to play Kyle Pitts 101, that should be Matt Ryan's first read. Hopefully, Calvin Ridley get back. Like I said, we really don't know the situation, what's going on with Calvin Ridley right now. Like I said, hope to wish him best. Hopefully, everything's all right. But when he gets back, I think it's going to just open up this offense even more. The defense starting to come around. I think activating Mike Pennel to the fifth 3-man roster is going to play big for us. Like I said earlier, I think that a big body in the middle needs to be the one that be drawing a double team. For Grady Jarrett can do what he does. Um, like I said, I've seen too many plays where he was being double teamed. They were trying to take him out to play, and these other guys are getting pushed back off the ball. We cannot have that. We got to be able to. We can't have teams running right up the middle on us. Of course, they can't run outside because of our speed from our linebackers, but they're running the ball right up the middle on us in those inside zones because our defensive line getting pushed back. Like I said, if you just want proof of that, you just go look at that one drive where Tevin Coleman got into the red zone, and they ran the ball right down our throat all the way into the end zone. So, but even with that, I think that um, Dean Pease are starting to get a chemistry. I think Arthur Smith starting in chemistry. I think we can fix those special team woes that we're having on kickoff, and if we can make sure we start holding on to the ball. Those issues I see um, that these guys need to focus on. A lot of those are fixable. Everything that we talking about right now is things that can be fixed. Not a personnel issue. The things that we can actually fix um, from a team standpoint moving forward. And like I said, I really believe that um, this could be a start of something. We can go into Miami, get a win, come back home, get a win against Carolina, and just keep going, building like that. Of course, it's going to be 1 week at a time, but we start developing our rhythm, we start building this new culture where we can actually finish games like we did on that Giants game, and then how we finished in that yesterday's game. Should have finished in the Washington football team game. I think we just didn't execute our from a standpoint. I don't think the Washington football team beat the Falcons. I think the Falcons lost that game. I stayed there last week when we talked about the game, the recap of that game. But um, anyway, guys, like I said, I am ecstatic about the way the team looked yesterday, and I think it's going to bode well moving forward. Say this bye, it comes at a great time because we have so many guys injured, and hopefully they get back and be ready to start hitting the ground running next week. We get ready for that Miami game. Um, I actually will be at that Miami game. I'm actually going down there. Um, so please, Falcons, please, please, whatever you do, win that game for me. I don't want to have that long trip to Miami and we come away with a loss. So other than that, guys, that's all I got. You guys let me know what you think about this Victory Monday, I think this Victory Monday is one that might be one of the most significant for this year. Hopefully, we have more Victory Mondays, but this one right here, going into the bye with a positive mindset, I think our Falcons gonna hit the ground running once we come back out of the bye and ready to roll. That's what I got, guys. This is your boy Ricondo. Peace.